Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of archaeoastronomy from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its maker has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information. Yes, blessed love to each and every one. Of course, we glorify Kanamawi Haile Selassie. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, welcoming you into the Tiger's Temple. And of course, I'm here today to remind you that it is just a few more days before that beautiful online webinar course that we will be having for my Earth Strong, for what people call Earth Day. As you know, I will be celebrating my birthday, as they refer to it as, on the 2nd day of January. And for such, I will be having a very special double class, which is, of course, one course. It is the 2 days astrotheology Earth Day course. And of course, that will be on the 1st of January, which is a Wednesday, and on the 2nd of January, which is a Thursday. And both days will be 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time, also Eastern Standard Time. And of course, it's going to be very in-depth. We're going to be really highlighting to everyone the origin of not just religion. It's not about beating down religion. We're not here to expose Christianity and Islam and all of that. Even true theology, the understanding of God, the pattern of the coming of the Creator, all of that is seen in the heavens. That's the real point. The heavens really declares the glory. In fact, I'm going to do a program prior to the course. I'm going to do a program prior to the classes, highlighting the power of understanding the zodiac belt, and that will be wonderful. So family, just contact me via email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. That's priestisaacinstitute gmail.com and register for this course. Remember, it's only a few more days before the 1st of January, what many people consider the new year. So you need to register before Wednesday. So again, email me, Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. I hope you can sit in for both days. It's going to be a wonderful expression. And then afterwards, we're going to, converse. We're going to speak. It's not going to be no quick question and answer and you got to run away. You're going to spend time with me. In fact, you may have supper with me. We may have dinner together after each night and each class, but it's going to be beautiful. I'm really looking forward to it. Remember, it's my Earth Day. It's my Earth Day. So, you'll be celebrating and we'll be definitely giving thanks. Okay? Very good. So once again, you got to email me for this one. Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com and just let me know that, hey, I would like to be a part of the 2 days Astrotheology Earth Day course. And bring a friend, bring a family member. It's going to be beautiful. Now, what I would like to highlight as well, as you know, we would have already officially launched the brand new edition of the magazine Kidemi. It will be made available to everyone very, very soon. Of course, this edition, I must say, I think we kind of topped the previous edition with this one. Beautifully done, beautiful cover. I'm talking about even from the moment you open the magazine. And I said that I will give you a whole presentation on the magazine, but that's when we officially release it to everyone. I will give you that full presentation. But you can obviously see, as I said before, it really goes into depths, highlighting Green Castle Hill, of which I will be going to a hike in a few hours. Green Castle Hill, amongst the megaliths that align with the stars and the constellations, and of course, the movement of the sun, the solstice and the equinoxes, and even the full and the new moon. All of these megaliths align with the heavens. So for sure, family, when you get your opportunity to go through the magazine, you will see the wonderful businesses that would have patronized us and would have taken articles plus ads in our magazine. This is a beautiful spread page that was spread in general. It's pages that was paid for by the Falmouth Harbor Marina. So for those of you who are yachties, when you come to Antigua, you should definitely check out Mr. Bobby Reese and the good people there at Falmouth Harbor Marina. Now, those of you who are entrepreneurs and business people, I would have already highlighted to you that you could definitely get a spot in our upcoming magazine that will be coming out in June. Yes, you may be saying, oh, that's a long time from now. I understand. But remember, you'll be getting a very special offer. You'll be getting 60% off of that, the price thereof for whatever ad you take if you are to register before the end of the year 2024. So listen, family, a lot of good things taking place here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, and you cannot say that I have not been encouraging the family for a while. When it comes to us motivating ourselves, we need to change our mindset, especially as it relates to business. You understand? We think redemption and liberation is some sort of fairy tale, sit down and wait for somebody to bust the sky open and come and free us. Do you know redemption means to buy back something? You better check the economy, family. We need to be more enthusiastic when it comes to producing proper products and services to add to humanity and to add to our civilization and to add to our growth. You understand? Business is the activity of life. Look at all these different companies that would have come on board and would have literally paid for their spaces in this magazine, internationally and locally. But as I said, family, we're going to be doing a whole presentation on the magazine itself, and I will take more time to go into detail as it relates to that. But what I want to highlight today is a feature that we did as it relates to the solar maximum of which the sun is now going through. So that means the Earth and the full solar system is going through a solar maximum as we speak. So one may ask, so what is a solar maximum? Because you have a solar maximum and you do have a solar minimum. The sun follows an 11-year solar cycle of increasing and decreasing activity. A given solar cycle begins at solar minimum, where the sun is near sunspotless. During this window, there can be no solar flares or coronal mass injection, which is CME or CMES for plural, for months at a time. From this period of solar minimum, solar activity gradually ramps up over several years to a period of solar maximum. During solar maximum, large solar flares and CMESs are at their most frequent. In a teleconference with reporters on Tuesday, October the 15th, 2024, representatives from NASA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Agency, NOAA, and the Solar Cycle Prediction Panel announced that the sun has reached its solar maximum period. Let that sink in for a while. So as we speak, now this was done in October. If you understand the science of the 11-year sunspot cycle, we speak of this from time to time, especially when we go into the whole science of the feathered snake and Tutankhamun and Lord Pakal and all of that stuff. This is what we're talking about. The solar cycle, or the 11-year to 11.5-year sunspot cycle. So this is explaining to you that when there is the solar minimum, you're not going to get too much activity from the sun. But over the 11-year period, the sun will slowly but surely ramp up its activities until it reaches solar maximum. Now, when you get solar maximum, enough things can take place, especially when it comes to the electrical grid that the world runs off of. But here it is, because we have instances decades ago, years ago, where whole cities were left in darkness, like in Quebec. I think this was 1997. I think it was the 13th of March in Quebec, Canada, where a solar, a mass injection of solar particles, a solar flare, left the surface of the sun and came to the planet. And the impact was so enormous that it licked out the whole electrical grid in Quebec. But that has happened several times in other places over the decades. You understand? You have to keep in mind that the electrical age as such is not that old in this modern time. So solar flares and these coronal mass injections have been hitting the earth from ever since, you know. But now we have all of these big cities and all of these big, complexes and lights and everything. That is why we can see now the effect of the solar flares. I mean, earthquakes have been hitting for centuries from the creation of the earth, not even centuries, beyond centuries, from the creation of the earth. But where you really see the effect of an earthquake is when you have all of these tall skyscrapers. You know, many of them made out of, the majority of them made out of glass, and of course some steel and metal. But when the earth starts to shake, the glass will shatter. You know, buildings will crumble. Thousands will die. Now, if no buildings were there and people were just sitting in the field, when the earthquake came, nobody would get hurt. because nothing will fall on nobody. Maybe a rock may come down out of the mountain. Maybe someone may get hurt. But because we live in these complex cities, high-rise apartments, when the earth gets a good 7.7 shake, many people more than likely will perish. So the solar flares, believe it or not, the coronal mass injections that hit the earth benefits us. I don't know who it is, or maybe I know who it is that taught us to be afraid of the sun. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go and gaze down the sun with your eyes. You understand? You got to know how to do that. But there's nothing wrong in sun gazing. Someone just told you, oh, don't look at the sun. Put on the sunshade. Never, never, ever, ever, ever look at the sun. What kind of crap is that? So you don't know how the sun look unless you see it on the television? Don't look at the sun. When there's so much power in the sun, again, let me be clear. There's a technique to that. So I would never encourage anyone to be going and gazing down the sun. It's a technique. You got to understand what you're doing, but to just rule out looking at the sun as if it's a sin, nah. So I'm showing you now that the sun has a strong connection with us as human beings, especially melanated beings. That's why our skin tone, complexion, and the whole makeup of our physiology, we are sun children. So this is why now, in the time of the solar flares, there's nothing for us to be afraid of. In the time of the mass injection, the coronal mass injection, it's nothing for us to be afraid of. In fact, portals are being opened for us. We're being boosted with spiritual energy. Our ancestors are speaking to us because we're made of stardust. You understand? And then, of course, now you have the aurora. All of this is in the magazine, by the way, the magazine Kidemi. It will be made available for each and everyone in a very short time, a very short period, next few days. Officially launched already on the 21st day of December. And we have a nice feature on the solar flares and how they connect to the aurora. You understand, the northern and the southern lights. The aurora can be seen near the poles of both the northern and southern hemisphere. You understand? In the north, the display is known as the aurora borealis. In the south, it is called aurora australis, which australis is south, like Australia, and borealis is north. These northern and southern lights have fascinated, frightened, and inspired humans for centuries. More recently, photographers have gone to remarkable lengths to try and capture the beauty of these atmospheric events. I'm talking about the northern and the southern lights, but it is because of the solar flare. The lights we see in the night sky are in actual fact caused by activity on the surface of the sun. Solar storms on our star's surface give out huge cloud of electrically charged particles. That's what we feed off of. That energizes us. That ain't killing nobody. Well, not us anyway. These particles can travel millions of miles, and some may eventually collide with the earth. Beautiful stuff. And that's a strength to us. This is why the sunspot cycle has always been connected with the understanding of the presence of God. This is why we did in the magazine our beautiful article on the sacred bee, the honey bee. We took even scriptures from the Quran, the chapter, the bee, and Nile, and of course, how the sacred bee performs. But we were highlighting the fact that the bee is directly connected to the sun. And the honeybee is directly connected not just to the sun, but to the 11-year sunspot cycle and even the solar maximum that we are in right now. And this is why we also made connection with the honeybee and Green Castle Hill, because they're always on Green Castle Hill. Now, Tutankhamun is the king that is connected to the bee as well. Let me just read this quickly here. This is also coming from the magazine Kidemi. The stripes that accompany the physical appearance of the bees is symbolic of the rays of the sun. This is why the mask of Tutankhamun not only has the pattern of the bee, but it has the sting of the female bee. And that's what you would see in the background. You actually see the sting of the queen bee. And of course, Tutankhamun is not a queen, he's a king, but interestingly, he has the sting of the queen bee as well. Very, very good. So family, I'm not going to take too much time. I know many of you saying, oh, your video's too long, so let me just shorten it for those of you who do not like the lengthy videos. And for those of you who like lengthy stuff, well, family, remember, we are talking about the 1st and the 2nd day of January. We're going to have a beautiful course, 2 days, 2 classes. Again, it's the 1st of January and my Earth Day, which is the 2nd of January. But I count the evening of the 1st of January with my Earth Day too, because the evening cometh before the morning. So it's going to be a celebration course. So obviously I'm going to be in top spirits. We're going to be doing some serious work. It's not a lecture. It's not a presentation. It's not show and tell. It's a course. It's a class. In fact, 2 classes basically. The 1st evening and the 2nd evening. Now remember, family, you can contact me via the email priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, Isaac with no S at the end, Priest Isaac, not Isaacs, institute@gmail.com, and let me know that you would like to be a part of the upcoming course on the 1st of January and the 2nd of January. And remember, when it is done, you will get your certificate of attendance. Now, it is the astrotheology course where we will be showing you the connection of the heavens, even the solar flare, and the movements of the constellations in connection to the planets, the moon, and everything, and how it applies to not just religion, not just even truth theology, but the concept of God in general. Family, give thanks. You don't know, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, the knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And it takes some real eyes to realize the real lies that are amongst us. Tiger's Nest, Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks, blessed love. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Blessed love. I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of archaeoastronomy from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, You will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information.